Hey everybody, just doing a bit of a table update today. It's been a little while since I've done one, and so I actually have a bit of a potpourri of stuff like that spans historical and sci-fi and fantasy, etc. I did want to just shout out our show that we're having tomorrow on Rusty's channel. We're having a paint and chat, a Musty paint and chat, for those of you that would like to join live and chat with us, or just to watch later, you know, but it'll be over on Rusty's channel. And that is our normal time, you know, 8 Central, or excuse me, 8 Mountain, 9 Central on Thursdays, every other Thursday, so that'll be tomorrow. And so, yeah, just, I have a few things. That's my my curing station that just beeped, that a resin print is cured. I have some stuff here. This is actually probably about a third of what I've painted. I just didn't want to bring it all out on the table, but this is kind of representative of some of the stuff that I've painted, that I've printed. I'll just sort of show these guys real quick. These are 8 millimeters is what these guys are. And yeah, detail is pretty cool. I'm really happy with the way these guys kind of came out. I also have single heroes, you know, or characters on a smaller basis. That's kind of the way let me get my finger out of the way here. The way a friend and I are basically, get that? See what I did there? Doing things. And I have some big tanks. So this wouldn't be like a Predator, depending on, or Predator, like depending on you're looking at. This is the Fell Blade, I believe. I believe that's the Fell Blade. And then just to move in camera, I know that's the Legion Glaive. So these ones I definitely put more detail in. This is actually meant to be just sort of like mud, dried mud here. Let's see if I can show it on the sides there. So it's kind of drying up the sides and caked into the tracks. That's kind of what I meant to do with that. I really like those models. It's a standard Land Raider. These are ultramarine, so got them painted blue. And I've got some other stuff here just to show. Oops. Got some other stuff here, like some rhinos, and some predators. I still have, despite the fact that I've painted all of these types up, still doing infantry. I still have infantry to paint. But I probably painted about a third of the infantry that I ultimately want for the short term for my ultramarines. I just have it in the back here, but some stuff that I've been printing right now is while I'm painting other things that I'll show in a moment here, just to run my printer and keep productive with printing things that I want to eventually paint. I've got some, and these aren't even glued, they're some different levels, but I got some buildings for this game, so small scale, meant to be 8mm scale, 6 to 8mm basically, buildings. I'm actually going to have 4 of these that are on a base, that they're spaced apart, so that's almost like a block. And so I'm just printing those off. And I'm just going to pan here and just show a couple other things that I've worked on. I've also got my next set of Beastmen painted. These guys have been done for a little bit. Life has sort of gotten in the way, and I've just not really been sharing lately. Just seeing really how I can show these guys here. But yeah, so I'm painting the shields. This looks like a pretty good angle here to show these guys. So I've got that guy. That kind of reminded me a bit of Pestigore. No, not Pestigore. That one, that's the beast. Well, they're supposed to be Pestigores, but the demons, for whatever reason, the Plague Bearer, I believe, is the name of the demon face that without the horn on the top that it kind of reminded me of when I was painting that guy. But yeah, this is like a Pestigore, old school Pestigore from back in the day before the models that we now associate with Pestigores more were made. Got this guy. I kind of did some freehanding of a fly, like in, you know, the carrion pestilence god. Got him in there. Got this guy. So I did the skin more of a brown on these ones versus the gray that I did last time, but they're going to be all mixed up in the same unit. I'll likely do the next 5 of my last 5 of individual Nurgle sculpts, another variation of the skin, and then when I sort of mix them all together, they'll look pretty cool. Hopefully that wasn't out of focus there a moment ago. So I had like another one that I've done this before where I did like a bit of a grub, you know, maggot is the word I'm looking for those of you that are thinking what I'm saying, as I'm saying the wrong thing. Yeah, so I showed this guy already, but I'm not sure if I got him close up or not. I'm looking through the viewfinder. Yeah, so happy to have got these guys underway. And I'll pan one more time. These are work in progress, but I'm kind of in the midst of doing some Test of Honor miniatures. I'm quite happy to be getting into Test of Honor. So as much as I've got all of this stuff going on with the 8mm Horus Heresy stuff, which I'm totally into, I'm also really excited about doing another thing at the same time, which I shouldn't be doing, but anything, I guess, to be excited about the hobby at this point, because I've had so much trouble getting excited about the hobby this last year that getting into these two things, like, in addition to rekindling of older stuff I'm interested in, you know, is really helping, and I'm really jazzed about playing Test of Honor 2. And I've got some terrain board stuff in the future that I'm going to be showing, some cool terrain stuff. And so yeah, so I'm doing this my interpretation of the Shimazu clan. And so it's I don't have the red in there, but you can see definitely there's like, it's dark right now because it's just the base coat, but it's green is the predominant color. I'll be highlighting up the green a bit. I also have black and gray in there primarily because I wanted these guys to have a bit of contrast. Like when I put the red on and things, I wanted them to be a dark and green, lighter green color. I didn't want them to be like really light browns and lights with the green for whatever reason. I thought about it and I was like, this is kind of the way I want to go. And so I have, what are they called? Well, I am struggling a bit with the name because I have 3 samurai there, and then I have a lot of Ashigaru warriors, and I have more to come. Like my forest is kind of primarily Ashigaru warriors with samurai to start, and so that is that. So I'll be doing more work in progress on that, so that should be fun. And I think that's mostly it. There'll be some more coming to the channel, regarding these two projects. We are doing a painting challenge, which should be fun, and as much as I've been busy, I'm not utilizing my painting challenge for efficiency, which is what I usually try not to, because I find painting challenge is something to just kind of do something fun and maybe paint something that I want to get to that is not part of my efficiency plan. And so I'm not doing Beastmen this time, or Fantasy. Like, I'm not doing the Beastmen. I'm going back on what I just told Rusty, because I told him that I was going to do a myriad of things. But I think at a minimum, I'm going to announce tomorrow on the show what I'm doing, and it's going to be mostly not this stuff as the primary, and then it's going to have a bit of historical and fictional as part of my painting challenge. So yeah, and so that's it. I hope everybody's doing well. I'd apologize that I'm not doing videos as much recently, but to be quite honest, I think this is kind of going to be the way it's going to be going forward. I'm going to try to do a video every once in a while, and I'm participating and having fun with the Musty Wargamers, but life has sort of changed for me over the last bit, and I've come to a realization that spending an hour videoing and editing videos in addition to trying to find hobby time and stuff is becoming a different animal than it was before in my life. And so maybe it will come back. But for now, spending more time hobbying, less time sharing my hobby. Sounds horrible when I say that, but that's kind of what I'm doing. And lately, and hopefully as I get more and more jazzed and doing hobby stuff, I'll be more and more jazzed to share and spend the time it takes in my evenings to do that. But for those of you that have channels, you may know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you may be at a point where it's not a huge deal, or you're excited to do the videoing and the editing and all that, but I'm at a point where that's kind of become much more of a big deal to do than it was in the past. So, all right. But having said that, I am doing well. Looking forward to the Musty Wargaming show tomorrow. I'm looking forward to painting all these minis, and I do look forward to eventually kind of sharing how all this stuff works out with you guys. And so I am trying to watch your guys' videos, and so I have been commenting here and there, but I hope you guys are all doing well too. Take care.